Good evening. It is another Saturday evening. This is the Teen Talk Show on Walkia TV, and I'm your host Adam Yusuf. Do watch us live this and every Saturday on our Facebook page at Walkia TV, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at Walkia TV. Today on the program, I'm going to hold discussions on sustainable development, but I'm further going to talk about what sustainable development goals is, the reasons for environmental crisis, as well as some factors affecting sustainability in Ghana, and some impressive measures for how to promote sustainable development in Ghana. So to begin with, first of all, sustainable development can just be explained as development that meets the needs of present without really compromising um, the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. So in simple terms, you can just say that the kind of system or systematic way of development which doesn't really damages or which advantage of having more quality output of goods and services does not really damage the existing environment or doesn't really cause the environmental damages. But we really need to understand what sustainable development goals means, and this is just to promote the kind of development that minimizes environmental problems. As I did mention earlier, it is a system of development which focuses on increasing productivity by really reducing the damages to the existing environment to provide a favorable environment for the future generations. So, with the examples of sustainable development, we can talk about the wind energy, the solar energy, the crop rotation in the farming system, as well as sustainable construction, efficient water fixtures, and sustainable forestry. These can all encompasses among what are examples of sustainable development. But now let's talk about some reasons for environmental crisis, because sustainability or sustainable development focuses on tackling environmental crisis or focuses on how to kind of prevent environmental crisis. Now let's talk about what causes environmental crisis or what are the reasons for environmental crisis. First of all, we can consider population explosion. With population explosion, we can talk about the high rate of growth of population adversely affects the environment. In this case, it's basically means when the population actually increases, supply, or should I say, it increases demand, but supply is limited. So the results of overpopulation, or should I say, population explosion, can also be an environmental crisis, which leads to overuse or misuse of the available resources. And furthermore, we can talk about the rise in economic activities. Okay, the rise in economic growth results in the really increase in the economic activities, which also leads to the generation of waste beyond the capacity of the environment. So when we have a system whereby economic activities rises or keeps rising consistently, it means that literally it has a negative impact on the environment and can also be classified as an environmental crisis. We can talk about the rapid industrialization. Um, Rapid industrialization, like deforestation, yeah, leads to a depletion of natural resources, because rapid industrialization in a sense whereby due to the accumulation of increasing quantity of toxic substances and industrial waste in water bodies, at some point, or should I say within some industries and companies, it tends to pose a negative impact or an adverse effect on the economy, on the environment. And furthermore, we can talk about the urbanization as an economic crisis, as an environmental crisis. In this sense, we are talking about a large proportion or a large number of people migrating from the rural areas to the urban centers. And this leads to excess burden on the available or existing infrastructure activities. With this, we can cite example as the social amenities available at the rural area, at the urban centers. It literally poses an increased pressure on the available on the available social amenities and also on the available or existing infrastructure activities at the urban centers. And also, it can also has an adverse effect, which we can cite an example as the increase in social vices at the urban centers. These are all among environmental crisis. Furthermore, you can talk about deforestation. Deforestation is also an environmental problem or an environmental challenge, and this literally refers to the cutting down of trees or clearing of the forest. This also has a negative impact on the environment and also causes other problems on the environment. Finally, we can talk about the increased use of insecticides, pesticides, and also chemical fertilizers. So basically, this can be cited on the farming activities or the kind of farming activities that we are actually practicing. So with this, we can talk about the primary sector of the economy, which involves the extraction of resources in its natural forms, such as the farming and like the fishing. So the consistent use of these insecticides, pesticides, and also chemical fertilizers poses a negative impact on these environmental on the environment and also a challenge to the environment as a whole because the farmers continuously use toxic fertilizers. The crop generated also contained chemical elements which was used as fertilizers, and the fishing or the fishing industry consistently use chemicals which has a negative impact on the water bodies, also leads to a contamination of the water bodies since their main activity or their main practice is the agricultural practice which involves the extraction of resources in its natural form, either from the sea, from the land, and from the air, as some people will say it. So basically, those are the environmental challenges. I did mention about the population explosion, the rise in economic activities, as well as the rapid industrialization and urbanization, deforestation, and also the increased use of insecticides, pesticides, and chemical fertilizers. Now, let's talk about the factors affecting sustainability or sustainable growth in Ghana. So, first off, you can talk about the lack of education. Sustainability focuses on how to create an environment or how to create a system which promotes the development that minimizes environmental problems. So we can't do that without having the adequate education because it is a serious problem in Ghana whereby the adult illiteracy is still high. Okay, so the lack of education can also be a factor affecting sustainability or sustainable growth in Ghana. And because with this, when we consider most people don't even know the effect of littering anyhow, or should I say, dumping refuse in water bodies. So without education, we need education to literally promote sustainability in Ghana. Furthermore, we can talk about unemployment as a factor affecting sustainability in Ghana. When we have the vast majority of people unemployed, at some point it leads to social vices. For example, like the rural urban drift, it poses pressure on the available or the available economic activities at the urban centers. But when there is unemployment rate or when the unemployment rate is high, those without the employment tend to engage in activities such as social vices or engaging in illegal activities just to gain the bare minimum to make a living. So lack unemployment can also be a factor which is literally affecting their sustainability in Ghana. We can further talk about the lack of commitment to society. If we are willing to protect our society, we are willing to have what we call a sustainable development or sustainability. We can't achieve that if we don't have the positive commitment or the positive attitude towards our environment or towards the country itself. Because um, if we can describe the world we want, then how do we expect people to go along with it? So therefore, we need to create a system or we need to have a positive commitment towards society and towards the country as a whole. And this is also a factor which is affecting Ghana's sustainability or promotion or development in sustainable or in sustainability. Furthermore, we can talk about mismanagement in Ghana. You see, when we talk about mismanagement, this can be on both the the primary sector, the secondary sector, and also the tertiary sector, because the primary sector focuses on extraction of goods and services in its natural form. The secondary sector, they are the manufacturers, they manufacture it into finished or processed goods. And the tertiary sector are those who provide services like the teachers, the doctors, and yeah, the service provided are the tertiary sector. But when we talk about mismanagement, this could be on part of the citizens and on part of the government. If resources are being extracted and are not adequately adequately processed, because when we consider our rural areas in Ghana, they have this periodic market system. They don't have a ready market, and therefore most of these farmers literally lose their products due to the lack of availability of storage facilities and the lack of industries at the rural areas. And when we come to the urban, we talk about this the secondary sector in terms of mismanagement. These industries or manufacturing companies literally damage our water bodies. Okay, for example, like the mining sector, they have a negative impact in terms of our water bodies and in terms of even the land itself. And with the tertiary sector, in terms of mismanagement, we are talking about the inadequate, or should I say, the lack of transparent institutional or management in our institutions, as in terms of the tertiary sector. And also the government also has a role to play in terms of mismanagement as a cause of Ghana unable to achieve sustainability. Because if the government is not investing at the right channel, definitely we are misusing our public or national income, which could also affect us in terms of achieving prosperity and achieving sustainability in Ghana. So basically, mismanagement is also a factor affecting Ghana's sustainability of growth and development. And finally, we can talk about corruption. Corruption as a challenge. In recent years, we had this record, this report by the famous journalist in Ghana, which reviewed the number of corruption cases which was recorded in Ghana in our various institutions and managerial teams, managerial positions in Ghana. And if we don't have the right channel or we don't have the right management team, I think that is also a factor affecting prosperity and achieving sustainable growth and development in Ghana. So basically, those are the factors affecting sustainability of growth and development in Ghana. First off, I did mention about the lack of education. I did mention about the unemployment rate, mismanagement, lack of commitment to our society and the country, and finally, I sampled corruption as a cause or a factor affecting sustainable or sustainability in Ghana. So now let's proceed to our final part of the day, which is how to promote sustainability or sustainable growth in Ghana. To achieve sustainability in Ghana, we have important measures to, to kind of focus or tackle on in terms of achieving or to promote sustainability in Ghana. First of all, we need to reform the public administration and finance management. So as I did mention earlier about the mismanagement, so this would be the opposite of the mismanagement. If we have the adequate leadership, if we have an effective public administration and finance management, I think that could lead to a great measure in terms of achieving prosperity and to promote sustainable development in Ghana, because we have various sectors in the country. We have the finance ministry. We have even with the civil and but with the civil servant itself, we have their leadership. We have the leadership at the school. So if we have the right administration or the public administration and the finance management, this is a major step towards achieving prosperity and achieving sustainability and development in Ghana. Furthermore, we can talk about to promote transparency within the country. If you have a system of government whereby the government is being totally transparent, people can virtually see what is going on. People can virtually see the government policy, the acting. So when we talk about to promote transparency, it is how the government responds to the people, how the people see what the government is doing. And this is a major step, I think, if the country can adapt to help promote sustainability in Ghana, to promote transparency, to give the press freedom, to ensure citizens' rights and privileges, and also to give people the mandate to express their views and the right to express their opinions in terms of national issues and other public related matters. And furthermore, we can talk about the development of maintenance culture within the country. So if we have a system whereby we don't invest in the right channels, maintenance culture basically means the attitude to respond in a positive way in terms of fixing damage or fixing faults before it is further deteriorated or damaged. So maintenance culture, it is the habit or the ability or the act of ensuring that damaged products or damaged goods or damages are being repaired before they are further destroyed. So if we have the development or the attitude of maintenance culture within ourselves, I think it is a measure that can help to promote sustainability or sustainable growth in Ghana. Because we have, let's say, for example, in a system whereby we have uncompleted buildings. You see, the government literally loses huge amount of money in terms of uncompleted building. But what if these uncompleted buildings are being completed instead of being neglected and starting a new project? I think so. We don't really have the attitude, or should I say, the positive mindset in terms of the development of maintenance culture in the country. So that is also an effect to consider, a point to consider in terms of how to promote sustainability or sustainable growth in Ghana. Furthermore, let's talk about effective supervision. Without the adequate supervision, without the adequate management or managerial team, I think we will decline in terms of promoting sustainability in the country. So we need effective supervision to ensure that every sector of the country is functioning how it is supposed to function. Okay, so with this, we need checks and balances. We need those who are responsible to ensure that tasks are being completed. We need to have reforms. We need to have effective supervision in our various institutions within the country, and this can help to promote sustainability or sustainable growth in Ghana. And finally, we can talk about the effective protection of public property. Okay, the effective protection of public property. So this lies on the citizens of the country. If you're a Ghanaian, you have the right, or it is your responsibility to ensure or to protect the public property or the state property. If we have this mindset, or we have this notion that, okay, the available resources, or should I say the state property, should be protected by the citizens, I think it is a huge measure or a huge step that can virtually help, or that can really help to promote or to help to achieve prosperity and to promote sustainability in Ghana. So the effective protection of public property as a point or a measure to help promote sustainability in Ghana. So basically, those are some impressive measures. I did mention about the reforms of public administration and finance management. I further talked about the promotion of transparency. I did mention about the development of maintenance culture, the effective supervision, as well as the effective protection of public property. These are all measures which can be considered as on how to promote sustainability on sustainable growth in Ghana. So basically, those are the that is some of the important measures to help or to consider in terms of promoting sustainability and sustainable growth in Ghana. as I did mention earlier, in the name of economic development, the price of environmental damage is paid in a form of land degradation, soil erosion, air and water pollution. To avoid all of these, we need to ensure factors, or we need to adapt to a system or a system of a sustainable development goals. Yeah, we need to have a sustainable development goals which can help to achieve or to ensure that all of these environmental crises or environmental challenges can be curtailed within the shortest possible time. So basically, that's it for today. I did explain what sustainability is, the reasons for environmental crisis, um, and also the factors affecting sustainability of growth and development in Ghana. So do stay tuned this and every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Walkia TV for another exciting edition of the Team Talk Show. And do subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Walkia TV. To be a sponsor and co-sponsor of any of our programs, do contact any of our administrative numbers or email at Walkia on our Facebook page at Walkia TV, and do like, share, and leave your comment at the comment section below. So that's it for today. I'm your host, Yusuf, and I say it is bye for now.